that you're kind of making a conscious decision to do something more. The statement that the Petronas towers are making is that Malaysia has arrived.
In the 20th century, America was the home of the skyscraper. From the Empire State Building onwards, these giants reflected the power of the U.S. But in the 1990s, the race for the sky shifted eastwards to the fast-growing economies of Asia. The Petronas towers would proclaim that America no longer went unchallenged. Construction of the towers began in March 1993. It took 7,000 workers 3 years to erect these steel and concrete islands in the sky. The crowning moment came when the stainless steel pinnacles were installed. Arlida Arif has been a key figure in the project since day one.
When we started, we didn't know we were going to build a very tall building, certainly not the tallest building in the world. Our intention was basically to build a beautiful building, one that would put Malaysia really in the world map, and one that symbolizes what we think we are able to achieve.
But the winning design featured towers that would be just 50 tantalizing feet shorter than the Sears Tower in Chicago, the world's tallest building at the time. According to Arif, critical changes in height were then made for purely aesthetic reasons.
The buildings had a shorter pinnacle when it was first designed. It was suggested that perhaps by increasing the length of the pinnacle, the building would look more in proportion. And we tested out a few options. And the one that was selected just touched the tip at 442 meters, which just made it slightly taller than the Sears Tower in Chicago. So it was a pleasant surprise.
Surprise or not, the new pinnacles would beat the Sears Tower by 33 feet and make the Petronas Towers the world's tallest building. The taller a building, the bigger the problem of wind sway. The Petronas towers can sway by up to 2 feet in high winds. This wouldn't be a problem, except for the sky bridge. Structural engineers realized that if the bridge was fixed rigidly into position, a tropical storm could bring it crashing down.
The method of supporting the sky bridge was a pretty critical question. We realized that if a gust of wind were to hit one tower first, half of that wind force would have tried to travel through the bridge and could have crushed it.
To get around the problem, they designed a bridge that floats in and out of the moving towers on gigantic bearings. An arch support completes the system.
The arch means that the midpoint of the bridge is equidistant between the two towers. The towers can do their dancing during the wind, and when they've done their dancing and they've stopped, the bridge will be equidistant between the towers again.
Bigger sets, costumes, wigs, laughs, bigger everything. Expect lots of slick moves, 6 juicy beefcake boys, mega lights, thousands of bulbs.
Mega wigs, at least 50 or more.
The look that's going to be more colourful, spirit of the divas.
All styles of music, everything.
Experience lots of glitter, over-the-top creations.
Please go and watch it.
So, how many years of toasting do you have?
Ruth introduces some strange recipes.
For a new mother,
It helps to get rid of wind.
Wang Angin.
To get rid of wind.
Very uncomfortable.
And guess who has a little problem with change?
That's not kuih kodok, that's kuih klodo. If you want to cook, cook. Don't talk, otherwise the kuih kodok become kuih kotok.
The The Ways of the Matriarch, Sunday 9 p.m. only on Art Central.
Baby. Baby.
Monday on Biography. She was the First Lady of the Philippines.
When they went to my closets, they did not find skeletons, only shoes.
Better known for her collection of 20,000 shoes.
You know, the shoe industry, the reason for that was every time they designed a new pattern, they would give her cup as the First Lady. And that's how she promoted the shoe industry.
Biography, The People You Thought You Knew, Monday 10 p.m. on Art Central.
It's coming from the deep dark recesses of Mel Brooks' mind. Frankenstein.
Give my creation life!
Starring Gene Wilder as Frankenstein.
It's Frankenstein!
Peter Boyle as the monster.
Oh dear, nothing left.
See Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein. Stella Artois screen. Tuesday, 10 p.m. on Art Central. Proudly brought to you by Stella Artois, committed to movie lovers throughout the world.
Take the first step. Art Central's campaign to get you to watch your first arts performance is proud to give away 5 pairs of tickets to Wild Rice's new production for the pleasure of seeing her again. To participate, just log on to artcentral.com.sg. It's simple. Take the first step with us on Art Central.
The voices of angels take you to new heights. They're 18 of the most heavenly voices on earth. All on one album that's simply out of this world. The Angels Sing, brought to you by EMI.
It's time to unwind and enjoy one of the biggest comedies to hit the stage. Starring Jamie Yo, Timothy Na, Kevin Murphy as Lavinia, Christian Lee as Mirabella, and Yo Yen Yen as Edward. Michael Chiang's Private Parts from 28 July at the Esplanade. Call Sistig now for tickets.
The Petronas Towers are like a vertical city, and getting thousands of inhabitants up and down the 88 floors safely and quickly was another challenge.
The design of elevators on a high-rise building or a skyscraper is a real challenge because you have a lot of people moving, tens of thousands of people moving up and down. They all want to get to work around the same time, go to lunch the same time, leave the same time. So you can end up with a huge backup. People have a limited tolerance for waiting. 30, 40, 50 seconds begins to seem like a very long time.
Office worker Raz Azaya Mohsin waits in the lobby for the first elevator of her journey to the 83rd floor. Top executives, however, don't have to wait at all. They have the option of leasing an elevator for personal use.
I'm almost there. Can you bring the lift down to the lobby, please?
As he enters the building, his private elevator is already waiting to take him to the 86th floor. Raz's is only just arriving. On the left, Raz's elevator ascends at 19 feet per second. On the right, the executive climbs much faster, so fast that he must equalize the pressure in his ears. Raz's ride only goes as far as the sky lobby, halfway up the towers. While the executive continues on his way, she must take an escalator up one floor to catch her next ride, a local cab that will take her on to the top half of the tower. Meanwhile, the executive's private elevator has whisked him non-stop to the 86th floor. He's already at his desk working, while Raz is still on the move. By the time she reaches her destination, Deals may have already been cut 3 floors above. Nonetheless, the elevator system has got her 1,180 feet up in less than 2 minutes. On December 31st, 2000, the Petronas Towers became the platform for the greatest official base jump of all time. "15 daredevils from around the world leapt into a new millennium and straight into the record books." In the age of the skyscraper, no building holds the title of world's tallest for long. One day, the Petronas Towers will be surpassed, just like the Sears Tower in the Empire State before them. But for now, they remain king of the skies.